Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are featuring this rather lovely looking Oris. Now get ready for this. This is the Oris Aquis Great Barrier Reef limited edition 4. I know, bit of a mouthful that one. I think personally it's absolutely gorgeous, this one. I mean, really is a good looking watch. It's actually a limited edition piece. There's going to be just 2,000 of this one made. I don't know what it is with Oris at the moment, but they are doing some really good looking dials with their watches. This one I think just looks sensational. I love the way, just the transition of the dial, the way, you know, from light to dark. I think they've done such an epic job with this one. It really does look the part. It's a very striking watch, that's for sure. But before I get too far into a review, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at First Class Watches. They are absolute superstars, super friendly, really nice, absolutely pleasant to deal with. Strongly recommend going to visit their shop if you're actually in the Midlands area of the UK. If you're a bit too far afield, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description below and at the bottom of the page now. All I ask is that you do mention the channel's name if you do contact them. So anyway, let's talk sizes first. The case size of this one, well, it's actually the bezel, works out at 43.5 millimeters. The thickness of the watch is coming in at 13.5. The lug to lug is 51. Now the strap size, being that it's a male-ended strap, you're actually talking it's only like 11 mil across here and 24 across there. Yes, it does make it harder to put different bracelets on, but Oris, I know, also have a rather good silicone strap which will fit on this watch, no problem at all. So anyway, the dial, because let's face it, this watch and that dial just look fantastic. I love the fact that when you look at it closely, I'm trying to get it without all the reflections on here, you can see there's a starburst effect emanating from the 12 o'clock position coming down, just like the light from the if you're down the ocean looking up. I think the way they've done it, you can sometimes see it on the etching and it just looks so good. It's one of these dials that really sort of like has that bit of a wow factor to it. It just looks absolutely amazing. I say it goes right the way down to, you know, almost like a turquoise up at the top and then right the way to black down here, which actually is quite sympathetic with the date position on this one. Being at 6 o'clock, they also have a black background on that. And printed white, you kind of, you know, get it with the hour marker. It's got such symmetry. It is superb. The hands are beautifully polished. You catch it in certain lights, and the dial hour markers, they all pop to the surface. It looks just what I think really good, very classy, very well executed dial. We obviously have the applied hour markers up here. Those and the hands are full of lume, as to the pip obviously on the bezel there. The lume does seem good and strong, absolutely no problems at all. Overall, I think they've absolutely nailed it with this dial. I think it is one of the best looking dials I've seen for some time really. It really does look good. Now, as we come past that dial, I should also point out we have the Aqius 300 meter, because it's a 300 meter diver after all, and 5 days, but we'll get back to that in a second. So as we come past that, we have this nice domed sapphire crystal. There is AR coating on there. Now, when we come to the bezel, we have this nice kind of sort of coin edge bezel arrangement going on there. The insert is actually tungsten. It's the second watch I've done in the last month or two with a tungsten insert. It's quite interesting, but they've gone with like a heavy machined finish to it, you know, and obviously these deep craters with the minute markers going around there. Let's have a listen to the action. I must admit, it's not as, you know, the dial itself looks so amazing, but the bezel action is a little bit, it doesn't quite live up to the dial. You know, it's perfectly functional, but it's just not the nicest. There is backplay there. Does it line up? There, lines up perfectly, no problem at all. Yeah, it it works, but it's not one of the better sounding bezels from Oris, I would say. Now the case. The case, I think, is really quite cool on these. They've got a definite distinctive look to them. The way the lugs do bend down, but you have this nice, you know, nice dishing to the actual case there. It's quite funny because I did a watch only a bit ago, which was, some people said looked like a hockey puck, and it looks so thick. This is a lot thicker than that watch, but it looks really slim due to a deep case back on here and a thin body of the watch. So it's all smoke and mirrors how you can hide dimensions in design. But anyway, as we come around here, we have these great big chunky crown guards and a very easy to access crown. That's popping out, that's on threads. Boom, very audible pop. So yeah, I'd say it's a 300-meter diver. As we come round to the back of this watch, we have a nice machined back. There is a limited edition number on the back there. Underneath there is Oris's in-house Calibre 400. Now that has 120 hours of power reserve. So that is a solid 5 days. Now, if you want to test that, you would probably have to wind this crown, I reckon, about 100 times to actually get that power reserve, or keep it on your wrist for yeah, quite a bit of time before you would actually engage and get that to full power. But nonetheless, it can do it, so that's all good. It's a 21 dual movement. I put it on the time graph and I think it was coming in around about +2, which is perfectly, you know, a very good result on that one, definitely. Now, when it actually comes to the bracelet itself, let's just open this clasp up. A little bit stiff at the moment because I've got all the stickers on it. It does have a little party piece. I don't know if you can see that on there. We do have a quick release system. Now, to operate this, you put your finger, I don't know if I can quite get, he says, on there, and you lift, and I think he says, why is it much, there you go, and that's it, coming off there. I think that is quite a cool system. If you've got the rubber strap, I think that'd be really good because you could swap it out nice and easy. The only problem with being able to swap it out nice and easy when it's got this kind of style is there's not many actual other straps which would fit it. Now to lock it off, boom, nice audible click. It's a very, very nice system. The actual bracelet itself has got a beautiful finish to it. Polished with these razor edges and, you know, brushwork on there. This is common with most of their kind of this style of watch for Great Barrier Reef. The actual clasp is a fold over clasp. This is a little bit newer. It's got these nice chamfers going on here and a nice push button there. Now, the dive link extension was there. I was really expecting this watch to have on the fly micro adjustment. I thought it would have when I seen this affair, but unfortunately it doesn't. Let me put this down. Let's zoom out and we'll do a quick wrist check, and I'll put it on my wrist. I'm wearing my Sicker Designs X Series watch, and Bob has got a very nice porcelain dial new Seiko Presage, which I think is a rather lovely looking watch. So anyway, my wrist size is 7¼ inches. That equates to roughly 16.5 centimeters. And that's it on my wrist. I just think this is pure wrist candy. It just looks so good. It so stands out from the crowd, this one, definitely. Look how much actual extra bracelet you got there. It's quite a bit. And the other good thing with these movements, I believe there's something like 10 years on the guarantee on these, which is absolutely insane. That's more than I believe pretty well anyone does. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments with this one, guys. Most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.